Hello, my fellow creative freelancers and solopreneurs. Welcome to Coaching for Creatives. I am Aura McKay, and I am the founder of Business of Creativity and your host for this live Facebook broadcast intended to be interactive and helpful and supportive for you in terms of understanding the word leverage, what it means, how you can apply leverage to your creative business, and yes, how can leverage help you actually make more money in less time. I know it sounds like a fantasy. It sounds like one of those like magical formulas that don't really work. But truthfully, when we can understand and figure out what leverage actually is, we can then apply it to our creative business in a way that does truly support us in getting more from what we're already doing. And essentially, gang, that's what we're talking about when we talk about leverage, is taking something small and using it to get a bigger result. So leveraging something we already have to be able to repurpose it, reuse it, or work with it to be able to deliver more, serve more, earn more in less time. And last week we talked about, I don't know if it was last week or the week before, but we've been talking about productivity a lot, which is about leveraging our time. I think last week we talked about content and repurposing, which is about leveraging content you've already created to be able to use it again and again. And essentially everything we're talking about is a way of leveraging our time, our energy, our assets, and our money to get the most out of our business, to get the best possible return on our investment of our time, energy, assets, and money. Now, I don't know if any of you guys are feeling like super awake and paying attention, but the words time, energy, assets, and money are an acronym or create an acronym of TEAM. So many of us as creative freelancers and solopreneurs think, I don't have any content, I don't have any content to leverage, or I don't know how to leverage my time. I don't really know what that means. So start thinking of it from the perspective of looking at the team you do have. So each of us, even as freelancers and solopreneurs, we still have the team from the perspective of the acronym. So when you look at your time, if you are pricing your services such that you are billing by the hour to an individual client, you are trading 1 hour of time for a specific amount of money. And one of the ways that you can leverage your time is to start charging based on the project. So if you charge based on the project, let's say you've got a project and it's a $1,000 project. And let's say normally you estimate that it would take you about 10 hours total to deliver that project to your client. So if you are trading your time for money, you would be saying, okay, I'm charging $100 an hour for this project. Now, usually if we go over our estimate, we don't usually charge the clients for that overtime. We just kind of suck it up, buttercup, and think, oh, well, I guess I better get better at estimating or get better at managing my time. But what if you charge, instead of pricing based on the hour, what if you start to leverage the idea of value and you say, okay, the project is worth $1,000. And let's say normally you work for 10 hours, but this time it only takes you 7 hours, but you still get paid for the full project, for the $1,000 for the full project. So instead of saying, hey client, I'm gonna charge you $100 an hour and the project only took me 7 hours, so instead of it being $1,000, you get it for 700, you actually get rewarded for being faster at your job. So here's the basic idea, gang. If you create value-based pricing and you manage to do the work faster, you get more efficient, you are now leveraging your pricing to make more money in less time. Booyah, mic drop on that one. Additionally, many of us are serving one client at a time. We create custom services, custom ideas, custom outputs, custom designs, custom websites, all of those kinds of things. The more that we can leverage our time and expertise to create those shortcuts or efficiencies, the better. Sometimes we can leverage our time by selling to more than one client at a time. So for instance, it might be about creating a project that has a lot of different potential clients from the same project. Leveraging your time is the idea of usage and copyright in photography, where we make an image and then we get to leverage that image, that asset, over and over and over again by continuing to provide value to different clients. So we're not having to invest in creating a second time. We're leveraging the work that we've already done, making more money without having to invest significantly more time. So most of the time when we're thinking about leveraging, we're thinking about leveraging our time. But there's also that energy factor and that effort factor. And that sometimes when we start from scratch every single time, we are creating more work, more effort, more energy invested in that project. So creating streamlined ways of being able to onboard and serve your clients, leveraging your time by creating systems. So again, check back into the Productivity Coaching for Creatives broadcast a couple of weeks ago. Check back into the one last week about how you can leverage your content, which is the third thing we'll talk about, which is leveraging our assets. So we're working through the TEAM acronym of time, energy, assets, and money. So your assets are a place where so many of my clients struggle to acknowledge the assets that they have, and specifically the people assets that you have. We have been super disconnected from human beings and people and are likely feeling even more isolated now than ever before. And one of the things that starts to sort of slip away is the awareness of how many assets we really do have in our life. So anybody that you know, anybody in your circle of friends or family, acquaintances, associations, past employers, all of those people are assets, are potential assets for you because they already know and presumably like you. And those are the first two stages of a buyer journey. And if you can make a shortcut by reaching out to people who already know and like you, then it can take less effort to convert them into clients. Additionally, people who know and like you make the best referral partners. They make the best people to go out there and to be talking about you and your business and what you do. So leverage your assets and get them working for you. So again, you can create it so that your referral partners, your past clients, people that you are in associations with are doing your referring for you, are finding clients and practicing and leveraging that power of word of mouth for you. Even just reaching out and asking past clients for testimonials or reviews. It's a really great way to reach out and to connect with people that maybe you haven't been connecting with. If you're looking for a reason to kind of initiate those relationship conversations, initiate those, like, how do I reach out to clients that I haven't really talked to? Reach out to them and ask for a testimonial. Let them know that you're wanting to help other people make informed decisions. Yes, they do, David. Yes, they do. I think you say that because so David and I have been friends for, I think, 4 years, and business cross referral partners for at least, over 2 decades. And it makes such a difference when you get a really wonderful, heartfelt referral from somebody else to connect with someone who really needs your services. It's a way of leveraging your existing relationships. And finally, money. So it may not be the first thing that we go to and think of as creative freelancers and solopreneurs, but most small business owners recognize that they have to invest something in their business to be able to get something out. And often that investment comes in paid marketing, or that investment comes in getting a new website built for you, or professional photos, or a professional logo, where maybe we started out in the beginning of our entrepreneurial journey DIYing it, and now we need to make the decision. What is more valuable? Leveraging our time to be out there generating new revenue, serving our clients, figuring out efficiencies, or do we want to be leveraging our money to be working for us, to be able to hire other people to be doing some of the work and free up that time to invest it on what really matters and what's going to make a big, big difference in your business? So many of us as creative freelancers and solopreneurs don't actually consider leverage as something that we can do. The second part of this, and what I'll likely talk about next week, is how you can leverage in terms of your services and your offers to potentially start serving one-to-many instead of one-to-one. So we'll either have that conversation, or we're going to talk more about pricing, because coming up in September is our Pricing Confidence Masterclass, where we walk you through all of the things that you need to consider when you are using price to leverage your position in the marketplace and leverage that sort of marketplace perception of what kind of a creative service provider are you based on where you're pricing yourself in the marketplace. So stay tuned for those. Thank you so much for joining me here live and for the replay. I appreciate you. My name is Aura McKay, and I am the founder of Business of Creativity. This has been Coaching for Creatives, a weekly live broadcast on business, marketing, and mindset for creative freelancers and solopreneurs. I will see you next week. Thank you.